This is the Fan Connection podcast where we talk all things sports and entertainment. We're your hosts. I'm Morris Michaels.
And I'm Devin Steele.
Let's get right into it. We start the Raw July 15th episode off. Mommy obviously returned last week. She opens up the show. She calls out Liv Morgan pretty much. She wants her women's title back. Apparently she's after Liv's career. Dom's trying to come out and apologize. It was a pretty long opening segment, but I found it kind of interesting in the most part because it filled a lot of the stuff we were confused about, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody didn't see this segment coming because, Mommy is back. SummerSlam's right around the corner. And I think that she is after, like she said, she's after Liv Morgan's career, right?
Right.
And so this, we all knew when Rhea Ripley come back that it was going to be her and Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan even said that herself. Like, she knew she'd have to face Rhea Ripley when she come back. So, the only thing left to do is to build up anticipation and then let us see it.
But Mommy's coming home with that title.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley is bringing the title back because you don't come back after being gone for a long time and then go to the world title match at SummerSlam, without doing anything to lose.
Especially as dominant as Mommy is. We haven't had another female competitor, I think, as good as her since Becky Lynch and them came up. She's relatively one of the best female wrestlers right now.
Yeah, as far as being over, but Liv Morgan did a hell of a job stepping up. And there's still the ending of this story to see, so I'm ready to see that match.
And that leads us into our first match, which it was Sheamus and Big Bronson Reed. Sheamus actually got the win, and Bronson Reed did a lot of crazy power moves. Sheamus ain't the smallest guy either, so like I've been talking on Bronson Reed, but he actually surprised me that match.
I think Sheamus is every bit of 280.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed is a big boy too, every bit of 350, 380. And Bronson Reed, he works around the ring in a way that it's just his style is interesting to me.
Yeah, Big Bronson Reed really impressed me in that match. After the turnout, though, I guess he had gotten mad because Sheamus beat him or something,
Yeah.
And then, he went to, go after Sheamus, and then, Pete Dunne kind of saved him, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that, Pete Dunne turns around when Sheamus's back is turned, and then, he jumps Sheamus. So we kind of called that feud between them happening.
Yeah.
But is it Sheamus putting him over, or are they burying Pete Dunne?
I think maybe they're going to let Pete Dunne run for a minute since Tyler Bate's going to be gone. I think they're going to, no harm, no foul, dude, because if it doesn't work out, all they have to do is stick him back where he was when Tyler Bate comes back.
That's a good call.
And Big Bronson Reed, he's got nothing better going on. I wish they'd stop letting him lose. I wouldn't mind seeing a Hall of Pain Big Bronson Reed sort of thing. He's got the build for it.
So we may get another Bronson Reed triple threat match.
It seems like that's what they're building. Sheamus, Bronson Reed, and Pete Dunne.
After that, Sonya Deville defeated Zelina Vega. They had a little segment backstage or whatever. It was, yada yada. The match was it was okay. I think Zelina may have got hurt or something when they came out and did the little thing to her arm on the apron.
I was a little confused. I think Zelina Vega just got written off of TV for a very simple reason, and that's because she has been the only person really feuding with Liv Morgan since Rhea Ripley has been gone and Becky Lynch went on hiatus. And so they had to write her off so that she, it's because I don't think Zelina Vega would sit there and be like, oh, I don't want the title shot or whatever. It's why is Rhea Ripley cutting in front of me and stuff? they're just saving time. There's not much time left.
Like, they had to do something while Mommy was hurt,
Yeah, they're saving time. There's not much time left, and they're putting over the new stable in the women's division at the same time.
And that led us into the Priest, Jay, and Dirty Dom segment. And that had me rolling, bro. Like, Jay was out there, tell Mommy I said, ha.
Yeah, Jay Uso is being horny on main
Dude,
event.
He out there trying to get a piece of Liv in Rhea, it seems like. Because, like, if he can't get to Rhea, he going to go start flirting with Liv.
Yeah, I guess so, bro.
But, that also led us into the next segment we had. Like, right after they got done talking right there about Mommy, Priest was going out to the ring to have this segment with Gunther.
Yeah, I actually really liked this segment. It actually got me hyped up to see the match at SummerSlam, where before I was kind of like, I don't know if I want Damian Priest in that match. And I feel like he's doing a better job after Money in the Bank. Like, it seems like he's kind of turning face a little bit, like he was broing out with Jey Uso, and it just seems like he's smiling a lot more and joking around, and kind of being happy, like, for the fans and stuff like that a little bit more.
So y'all hang in there with us, but we're going to retract our Gunther statement. We're going to say that Damian Priest beats Gunther.
I don't know if I want to say that definitively, but the signs are starting to point like maybe Priest is going to keep his championship, and Rhea Ripley's going to secure the Women's World Championship, and then Balor and JD are going to be the tag champions, and then Carlito's just there, I guess.
Right. But see, at least potential, because like we was talking about before we got on, Damian Priest solved the Braun Strowman problem all on his own.
Yeah.
Something the Judgment Day couldn't do for months.
Damian Priest did a feat of power. Like, he lifted Braun Strowman with one hand and slammed him to the mat.
And still, right before that, he had the Gunther segment, and Gunther was all up in his head, dude. So, like,
yeah, it looked like he had Gunther, like, under control.
Plus, he was explaining stuff to Mommy as her first night back at, his Mommy. So, like, Damian had a lot on his plate, and he still finished off.
But I love the angle that Gunther is coming with, saying, like, dreams don't matter. He's like, I was bred for success. He's like, you can't compete with me. It's like, he's what did he say Damian Priest and the fans were? He said they were, like, mediocre or something like that. I can't quite remember, but I love that angle he's working, where he's like, your dreams don't matter, I'm going to crush you.
And then he led on to pretty much call Damian Priest like a Booker T or something. Like, he was like trying to call him trailer trash.
Yeah, basically he called him trailer trash. He's just like, you're just inferior to me.
And that's when we really seen the pop on Damian Priest's side, because, like, it seems like he's just like, he's not going to take that, because he knows that they both came from the same position. Yeah, what I mean?
And Damian Priest, his snapback was, like, good. Like, he's like, you don't have any heart. He's like, that's why you'll lose to me and stuff. It's like, it's good, bro. It's good. I want to see the match now.
But in the Priest and Braun Strowman match, we finally did get a decent match through Braun, like we've been asking. Like, we finally got to see him go up against somebody his own size, somebody who, like, actually powers. It looked good. You know what I mean?
Damian was targeting the knees the whole match, and he just worked Braun down, and that is another little tally on Braun's little record. I just don't know if he's actually all that tough. He's just a big dude.
Then we get a women's tag match with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeating Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. We still don't know what they calling this other group. So, like, it's kind of, like, confusing in a way. I know I'm lost. I know you probably a little lost.
I don't think I've heard an official name, like a stable name. But they're putting them over heavy, and then it's like they're being brutal too. They're beating everybody down, like, after the match and stuff, and
they're being more dominant than Damage Control, I think.
Yeah, it's like I feel like they're more aggressive now, and maybe that's what they were missing. I think we still need to see more, and I think maybe there needs to be some more. But I'm not entirely repulsed. I'm kind of like, let's see what you got.
Yeah, because like we've talked about in earlier podcasts, like Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, they needed something, and maybe that was what Sonya Deville, you know.
And I just want to say, Sonya Deville come back after not doing anything for a long time, and she got that match with Selena Vega, and she was talking about the World Championship already.
Mm-hmm. Like Zoe Stark was just in the Money in the Bank match, and you're trying to go over her.
Yeah.
It's like y'all are in a group,
and it's like everyone's lining up to face Rhea Ripley. Everyone's like, they didn't even say like we're gonna face Liv Morgan. They said we're going to face Rhea Ripley.
Then we get our Crybaby Drew segment for the Monday Night Raw. Get over yourself, Drew. Come on now, man. All you had to do was say you were sorry to some refs, even if you didn't mean it. You know what I mean? Even if you didn't play it like "I'm sorry," you could have said "I'm sorry," those 2 words, and then played it any way you wanted to. Be a dick after that. That's all he wanted you to say was those 2 words. You could have been a dick any time after that. But no, you chose to give us some Crybaby Drew shit.
I don't really feel like Drew McIntyre said anything new either. You know what I mean?
Like, he got really, really mad that they were making him apologize. You know what I mean?
And him and Adam Pearce just seem to be having beef.
Like, it almost seems like they're about to have a match.
And the way things are looking, dude, I think Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre are going to have a match to see who gets to face CM Punk. I don't think CM Punk's going to be ready for SummerSlam, and I hate that. I'm so tired of waiting for this match.
It's almost going to lose some steam at this point.
Yeah, I'm tired of waiting for Drew and CM Punk.
And then that sets us right in line with talking about stuff we're tired of. We get a Rowan segment. It was cinema. Dude, it made me actually feel like I felt the tears he cried. I felt the pain he felt. You know what I mean? Like, that maybe we're going to get a little segment with each character leading up into a match. Like, we won't get a match until we find out who all these characters are, the backstory. You know what I mean? It's like that long storytelling Triple H has to do.
It seems like it's still going to be a little while until they start competing for real. And once again, you know, Eric Rowan with the video, his acting was masterclass. Everybody on Twitter, all over the internet, so much praise for Eric Rowan.
Luke Harper's family loved what he said.
And bro, that's so sad. Just genuinely, like Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt are gone, and I know his name's Brody Lee, but I just in WWE. I was always a fan of his. I really liked his IC title runs. I loved his discus clothesline. I like the the gator roll, dude. His character was good. I always thought he was entertaining, and they put him up against guys like Ryback and stuff. And I think he fought Curtis Axel and guys like that back in the day.
And they had good segments against each other too, Rowan and Luke Harper. Because I remember the I Hate Bullies.
Yeah,
that's iconic, bro.
And the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, them too.
They were around for a good part of us
bro.
watching wrestling, bro, growing up, and it's just crazy. But as far as the video went, it's Eric Rowan kind of talking about his journey to joining the Wyatt Six and like kind of how Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper's deaths affected him and stuff.
And, like, what other choice does he have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, I have nothing now. He's like, I had no family. But I wonder who they're going to do next.
I'll make a prediction and say they'll do either Dexter Lumis or Gacy next.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll do the girl last.
They'll do Nikki Cross last?
Yeah. Because they're doing the most important. It seems like they're doing the most, out of importance, they're doing them, like, least, or most important to least important, in a way.
Yeah.
That moves us into the Jey Uso and Dirty Dom match, which I actually liked the match. It was pretty alright.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like Dirty Dom and Jey Uso kind of complement one another.
And it was kind of comical because, like, Dirty Dom was yelling at him, "That's my mommy," like.
Yeah, Liv Morgan assisted Dominic.
Yet again.
Yeah, and he got the baseball slide kick in the back, and he fell on top of her. And then she fell on top of him. And then Rhea Ripley comes out and chases Liv Morgan off and tells Dom to get back in there just for him to take the spear and then get splashed.
Just for Jey Uso to look at her and be like, call me.
Yeah, it seems like Jey Uso is trying to take his girl. And so I'm wondering if that's going to turn into a storyline for real, like once the Liv Morgan stuff is over.
I just want to say, old buddy dude, over you know where else? Your wife getting passed around, dog. Just saying.
And you're talking about Buddy Murphy?
Yep. But then our boy, Chad Gable.
The Master.
Dude, I just want to say, this man has some nads.
He called Uncle Howdy out straight up.
And he didn't even say Uncle Howdy. He said Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. My fault.
He said Bo Dallas. And he called him out, bro. He literally called him out. That was crazy. I thought he was gonna be like, "Why are you doing this to me?" or something.
Yeah,
but he actually was like, "Get your ass out here!"
And Chad Gable got some assistance from the Creed brothers. Does that kind of I guess he did kind of talk to them a lot back in the Alpha Academy stuff, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was trying to get with them for a minute, so I guess
me and you had talked about it. The Alpha Academy probably should have been the Creed brothers anyway, right? Like that just makes more sense with Chad Gable.
Yeah, and now they're putting Xavier Woods in the Alpha Academy.
Kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, I don't really care for that.
They're talking about fighting the AOP. It's like, yeah, we knew you were gonna fight the AOP.
Yeah,
Xavier
bro.
Woods.
That bunch of guys who got nothing going on. It's like, let's just put them together and see what happens.
But I mean, the Creed brothers, bro, they showed their true talent, bro. They did every move in their arsenal to Bo Dallas.
Yeah, and all that just for him to kind of laugh it off.
Yeah.
He did like the crazy psycho laugh, kind of played out. But it's like, how else are you meant to kind of showcase the supernatural side of things?
And then for them to come out and not do anything, and they had Gable and them right there after they just beat up their leader, I was like, come on, get them,
Yeah.
But I realized the cinema side of it, we're not going to see them do anything until we know every character.
Yeah, and I don't guess WWE's in any real rush, and I don't know. Maybe I should just sit back and try to enjoy it.
We have to be at least getting something at SummerSlam, right? Like at least Bo Dallas and Roland, you know what I mean? Because they're introduced already, and we'll have another one get introduced by next Raw. So I mean, maybe they'll have a match by SummerSlam. Hopefully.
That'd be kind of cool.
It'd be like the Creed brothers and Chad Gable,
anything would be cool at this point in time.
It's like maybe Chad Gable and the Creed brothers are the guys though, because I'm actually interested in seeing what that holds. I'm interested in it actually.
I am too.
You got this one. This one makes us mad a little
Another Braun Breaker run in, throwing a tantrum. We get it, bro. You're mad you lost to Sammy. I wouldn't like to lose to Sammy either.
But in reality, is Braun Breaker not ruining another chance for Sammy to drop the title so you can win easier? You're being so hot-headed about this, man. Be smart.
Well, all three of these men have defeated Gunther. They're the only men to have done it. So, I mean, they're all kind of in the same realm. So
let me be right. I think we may get another triple threat match, and that being for the IC title, and Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, and Sami Zayn, because he's done broke the match up twice.
Absolutely, it's gonna be a triple threat.
And let us get some kind of stipulation or something in there.
I'm kind of with you, bro. Now
they've been doing this for a minute.
Now that you brought this up, it's like, where's the table matches and stuff? I haven't seen anything.
Give us a triple threat IC title match for in a ladder or steel cage or a Hell in a Cell, something good. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day we had table matches every Christmas show.
Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, Ilya and Sammy put on a classic. It's like they're both good workers. I like both of them. I like Braun Breaker too, bro. I'm on the hype train as well. I wouldn't mind seeing him win the belt. But I really do just feel like Sammy will retain. This is a big opportunity for the new guys. Second biggest show of the year. It's like you've been on the roster for like maybe 2 months at this point, it's kind of huge.
Now we're going to move into SmackDown for the July 19th episode.
Cody Rhodes addresses the Bloodline about them attacking Randy and basically ending every show by beating everyone down.
And he pretty much just called Randy Orton his brother, like we didn't already know that.
Yeah, or at least that's how he thinks of Randy. I don't know if Randy thinks of him that way.
I don't know if it's a mutual type of feeling.
Because Randy, I think the voices are talking to him, bro. He needs that championship.
And then right when we think the Bloodline's going to come out and destroy Cody Rhodes because he's out there by himself, we get A-Town Down Under.
Yeah, they come out and they're basically griping and saying, like, the Bloodline beat us up too. We're, like, more important and stuff. It's like, okay, I guess, you know. And so they come out and they set up the main event with Cody Rhodes and a mystery partner.
I wonder who it could be.
I don't know. We'll have to wait till the main event to see when it gets revealed who his mystery partner is.
Could it be Jimmy Uso? Could it be the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns?
I did kind of think maybe Roman Reigns would return.
Could it be Zilla Fatu? We'll just have to wait until the end of the podcast to find out.
But moving on. Andrade and Carmelo have a little match.
They need to change Carmelo's gimmick. He is not him.
He seems to be losing a lot.
The only match he's won that actually mattered was the one for the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Because his first match on the main roster, he lost to Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? So, like, yeah, you're not going to win against Cody on your first night out there. But for him to be him, you know, he should be going over people like Andrade. You know what I mean?
He should be going over people who are established if he's him.
Maybe we get Carmelo in the Street Profits.
Oh, don't you worry. Carmelo is going to end up in the Street Profits one day. But let's move on. Nia Jax and Bayley had like a little segment where they were arguing. They're both like getting their hair done or something. Like they're like doing some kind of beauty stuff, sitting in a chair. And they're arguing like through a camera or something.
Pretty much they're both asking the whole time, when is this segment going to be over? They're just like, oh, when is this going to be over?
They're saying the same thing, like, you don't know me, I'm not the same anymore. At SummerSlam, you're going to find out. Okay. I mean, I don't feel like this is developing any further past that, though. It's like, is the beef really that deep between Nia Jax and Bayley? I think they have some kind of history where Nia Jax injured Bayley and ended her run at some point. And it's like, but I don't even remember that.
I think they might just be setting Nia Jax up to lose to Bayley so that Tiffany Stratton can cash in.
I believe so, too. I think Tiffany's going to cash in on Nia Jax. And maybe they'll do a rematch come WrestleMania with Nia Jax and Tiffy.
And then that brings us into the women's match we had. Bianca Belair defeated Chelsea Green. And, I mean, it's kind of the same thing with that, too. Bianca Belair came out with Jade Cargill. Chelsea Green was out there Piper Niven, you know, and, like, it went the way it went.
I think this match was just for the people who were there live watching. Right. You know, it's like Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Wow. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Wow. You know, it's like they're out there just, you know, making time for SmackDown, doing a little tag team match.
These four don't really even have any beef, so they're not really like, I don't see them going out there and fighting next week unless it's like Jade Cargill and Piper Niven or something, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's just, you know, giving us something for a filler for next week or something, you know, building something like that. I mean, that works.
Logan Paul and LA Knight, little contract signing segment, moving on.
We was already wrong about our SummerSlam prediction on that because he pulled up.
Yeah, it really turns out it's not that hard to get Logan Paul to sign the contract.
Apparently, all you got to say a little bit about Jakey Paul that he sucks a little bit, and he's going to accept it.
I'll go back to your house and drink another margarita. You better not.
Your brother sucks. You want this match?
Yeah. I mean, Logan Paul's gonna have like I Show Speed or Mr. Beast or somebody's gonna show up to help him.
And then LA Knight will probably have some like NASCAR racer. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Some other athlete guy, you know.
Somebody completely unrelated will show up.
It's like he's not like Michael Phelps or something. Something weird. It's gonna be some. It's gonna have celebrity.
I just wish they would let Logan Paul and LA Knight wrestle because their promo segments are so good. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. Logan Paul kind of cooked LA Knight.
He left that microphone on fire, dude. He stole his catchphrase and everything. Like not just he stole the whole like rock playoff and everything.
And I am not a Logan Paul fan, but he's so talented. Like
he keeps surprising me, bro.
He's naturally talented at this, and it pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, because just imagine if he would have showed up when he was like, you know, one of the younger guys, 18, 19 years old, bro. Like, think of where he'd be now. You know, like if he would have dedicated his life to it like everybody else. Like, bro, Logan Paul be the top dude right now, I think. Like, he's got what it takes.
He'll get his chance. Tiffy Tom versus Michin.
Dude, TV time's not over, is it?
Yeah, why is she losing to Michin on Friday Night SmackDown?
That's your Money in the Bank pick, bro.
I know. And Michin is Michin. She's lost every single match since she's debuted. She's been beat up by Nia Jax like over and over and over.
She comes out there with a kendo stick like every other SmackDown.
And now she's friends with Super Bayley. So, and she's like, I'm going to beat Tiffy Tom out of nowhere. Tiffany Stratton, really? You're making Tiffany Stratton look like she has to depend on that briefcase. And I almost feel like she could just beat Bayley outright. And so Nia Jax gets her ass whooped. She gets thrown over the barricade. And then as there's some trash talking, Tiffany Stratton gets distracted. And Bayley like busts up the briefcase and stuff.
And that's the distraction for Nia Jax to roll her, or Michin to roll Tiffany Stratton up for the loss. She actually like showed us the inside of the briefcase. We've never seen that before.
I guess they're gonna do a tag match maybe next SmackDown.
I think that is what they said, which obviously we figured that was gonna happen, you know.
I mean, I just don't know if I'm getting any more invested in this. I think Tiffany Stratton is the only, like in the briefcase, is like really the only reason narratively that anybody's paying attention. And this is meant to be for a championship come SummerSlam. And I'm just not sold.
There's definitely not enough heat behind it.
If this was the only draw, like if this was the big match, I don't know if I'd buy a ticket. Main event time.
We get to our main event, and like we're over here biting our nails trying to figure out who Cody's mystery partner is going to be.
Who could it be?
Are we getting Jimmy Uso? Or are we getting our tribal chief? Is it Paul Heyman?
No, could it be the wise man himself? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson could show up.
None other than KO. Sorry, guys. They really.
Yeah, no, it's just Kevin Owens. He's been teaming with this guy for 4 years against the Bloodline. Just Kevin Owens. I don't really know if this was so much of a mystery. Like
like they had the question mark there, like somebody else was returning or something, bro. Like, come on, man, y'all literally clickbaited me.
Yeah, basically, bro. Like they made a big deal about it and everything. They're like, you got until the end of the night to find a partner. It kind of made it sound like he didn't have somebody. I mean, it sounds like he just went backstage and Kevin Owens was already there.
And it's like, isn't that a little crazy that KO like still like was like, yeah, I got you after Randy just went out there last week and got his, you know?
Yeah, and so basically the same thing that happened last week happened this week, but KO took the beating.
But what's crazy is the Bloodline actually let them get the win over first.
Yeah, they didn't interrupt the match, did they?
No, like Grayson Waller did his little thing where he like hit Austin Theory, but they still got their little. Cody Rhodes got the win. So like, for all that to happen and then them to come out after that, it's just like like you're supposed to be the tribal chief. You gotta break that stuff up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Jacob Fatu kind of come out too, and he was whooping some ass.
Literally.
And yeah, dude, he hit like 16 of those like hip charges.
And dude, he was running, dude. He was going so fast. Like, that man was running fast and hitting him.
But now Cody's got no help, I think. Like, I think KO and Randy are out of order.
And not Tonga get putting a chair around this man's head and literally murdering him.
Yeah. That's a good way to get written off TV, getting run into the ring post.
They finna edge KO now.
Head.
Thanks, Tonga. You need to go back to growling in the background.
Yeah, but in the end, another classic SmackDown Bloodline ending. Everybody point up, acknowledge Solo.
I will not acknowledge Solo Sikoa as my tribal chief.
I like Solo Sikoa's.
You've been on the line.
I know. I like his bloodline. I do. I just don't like what they did to Paul Heyman. I can't condone it. I like Roman Reigns' bloodline too, though, bro. It's like I don't know. I'm invested. And now, like going into SummerSlam, we're gonna get Cody versus Solo for the undisputed WWE Championship. And I want to kind of talk about predictions where that match is going to lead us and kind of what I'm thinking's up ahead in the Bloodline feud. So I do think that Solo Sikoa is going over Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam to become the WWE Undisputed Champion.
Crazy predictions.
And I think he has to. I think Solo has to win this match. Because if he doesn't, he loses all claim to the head of the table. His big claim is that Roman Reigns lost to Cody Rhodes. He couldn't do it. He's like, I can. I'm going to get our championship back. And then I'll be able to wear the Ulafala and everybody will know I'm the tribal chief. You know?
For your prediction, if Solo goes over Cody, when does Roman come back?
If Solo beats Cody Rhodes, I believe the SmackDown after SummerSlam, Roman Reigns will show up.
Ooh, that's good. And see, this is where our predictions are going to vary because I think our tribal chief is pulling up at SummerSlam. I think we're getting Jimmy Uso. We get Roman Reigns, and right when we think Solo's fitting to win, we're going to hear that theme song, and everybody's going to stand up, and they're going to acknowledge Roman Reigns. That's my prediction. SummerSlam's always got somebody coming back, and there's nobody else I can see coming back right now besides Roman Reigns.
I believe so badly that Solo is going to become the champion. And maybe he'll drop it to Roman later on, and then like I said earlier, I think Cody might win it back from Roman whenever it gets back to WrestleMania season so him and The Rock can have a match.
But y'all be watching Raw and SmackDown too, so y'all, whose prediction you think's more close? Comment and let us know. We'd love to know.
Maybe neither one of us know what we're talking about.
Yeah, let us know yours.
Maybe tell us how you would book the Bloodline. Because that's how I do it. That's how I think it's going to happen.
Going into some other sports news and entertainment, I guess if you want to call it, we want to shout out a dude on TikTok. Everybody go follow at WWE Brian.
Dude, WWE Brian rocks.
You're the GOAT, man. We just want you to know that. If you hear this, you're the GOAT. Fan Connection Podcast, dude, we love your content.
And he's passionate, and he seems like a true fan.
You're serious, dude. Like we love you, bro. Keep up your content. Keep doing them interests, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep sharing the podcast, liking, subscribing.
Y'all
are getting us out there. We really appreciate that.
Share the podcast even more. We really appreciate the almost 200 views last time. And that was just for a simple Raw and SmackDown episode like this one. So I hope that number can just keep growing and we can get some people in here and start discussing pro wrestling.
And tell us what y'all want to hear. Like, if we're boring, tell us we're boring. Yeah, if you want us to, like, what do we need to do? We got y'all. We're the fan connection. We're here to stay. We're here to cook. Just ride this out with us.
But that's the end of this episode, and the fan connection is out of here.